What is up, alien army? I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. And on this channel, we discuss everything out of this motherfucking world. So today, I'm just going to be answering some random questions that I've received over my time being on different social media platforms. They're going to be brief explanations, not going to elaborate too much, but if you do want a single video in more elaboration with one of the topics that I mention here, feel free to drop a comment and let us motherfucking know. So the first question is, if everyone is AI, artificial intelligence in a humanoid suit, and we are interacting with the Matrix, the holographic reality, then if it's so neutral, why do motherfuckers manifest shit and still don't get what the fuck they want? This is a very short answer, right? If everything is a program, if manifestations are just a program and there's no such thing as thoughts or feelings, if you induce the sensation of what you already want inside yourself, then the Matrix has no choice but to present it back to you. Why do you still sometimes not get what you want, or it comes in some weird fashion, right? It's like a half-ass manifestation, or it arrives and then it leaves. Why does that happen? The answer, again, is in the program. You have a program that is embedded, that is overriding what you are attempting to program yourself with. If we think of a computer and there are two programs running, it might slow down the speed of that computer. If you have multiple programs, like let's say hundreds, right? Because knowing how to ride a bicycle is a program. Knowing how to brush your teeth is a program. Knowing how to drive a car is a program. You know how many programs you have in your fucking psyche and in your senses that are just there? They're going on in the background. They're on autopilot, but they are still programs and they're taking up space. So now, if you, let's say, want to manifest $10 million overnight and you are in the process of embedding that program within your psyche, that program is totally neutral. You minus the thoughts and the emotions from it. All you do is concentrate on the software that you are installing, but the programs that are contradictive of the $10 million manifest overnight without me lifting a motherfucking finger are running in the background. So number one, it can be that you simply have other programs that are slowing down the program that you are attempting to install within yourself. It could also be a sensation that you have a program of logic. Logic is a program. Scientific experiments and outcomes and studies conducted are also programs, right? If science says something and you are following that belief in science, such as new neural pathways are going to open if you take a psychedelic trip, that's still a fucking program, whether it was scientifically proven or not. You might have a program of logic. If you don't lift a finger, how is $10 million going to just be dropped in your account overnight? That's another program. When you're manifesting, there is the essence of just installing a new program inside your psyche, minus the thoughts, minus the emotions. However, there are going to be other factors, such as other programs that have just been inside your psyche for longer, that you have to put in hard work to get money or some shit. Money doesn't grow on trees. Oh, how can you get money overnight without doing anything? Logic and other programs in the background. Everything is neutral. All programs are neutral, but you have to really get rid of any programs that are contradictory to what you want. So in the example of manifesting $10 million overnight, you would get rid of a program of logic. Well, how is that going to happen? You get rid of that. It's simply another program. And an example of how you could do this is like your browser history, because it's familiar to you, that logic, because it's a program and you've used it probably a lot of times, but when you're manifesting, we know logic goes out the fucking window. You would simply cancel, you would X out, you would let your browser know, yes, that might be in the history, but we're going to clear the cache. And then what we're going to do is just say $10 million manifests for me easily and effortlessly overnight without me having to lift a finger. Every time something attempts to come up, you as the computer operating system, you override it. You say, nope, fuck you program, get out of here, we're doing this now. And that's simply all you have to do. And then it's going to be like similar to like a muscle memory type of thing, where soon is going to be your dominating program in that area. Next question. If humanoids are artificial intelligence, why does everything feel real? The answer is not everything can feel real. For example, when you are in the process of shifting timelines, your old former reality might be not aligning with what you sense is real. So for example, we'll use the $10 million overnight. If you feel and sense that you're wealthy on the inside, then your outside is going to be the one that is not feeling real if it is still in the process of arriving to you. So you have to keep in mind that good things sometimes don't feel real just because you're used to bad things. You're used to programs going on in the background that you don't want, but it feels real in essence, not because it's real, but because all of your senses might be embroiled in looking at what is instead of what possibly could be if you were to change the program. So it's designed to feel real because the player in the game is playing the game. They want your active participation in it. And if it's not designed to draw your senses into it, your physical senses, your emotional senses, your cognizant senses, right? Then it's like, what's the point? You might as well have just not incarnated into a humanoid vessel. So once you understand the programming and how everything is neutral, then soon you are going to be able to dictate, like I mentioned with that shifting realities example, of what is feeling real to you. So if you are sensing that your old reality is not valid and it's not real, that is your invitation to bring in a new induction of what you want to feel real. So that's your job, that's your duty as a player of the game, to advise the simulation, hey, we're not doing this shit no more. We're leveling up to the next level of the Super Mario. In short, why does it feel real? Because if you were not in your humanoid vessel, then you wouldn't even be a player inside this game, this holographic reality universe, Earth Matrix, whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to feel real, because why does Mario want to jump on the little ducks or turtles, whatever they are? Don't debate me on this. I call them duck turtles. You could call them whatever the fuck you want. Why does he do that, right? If it wasn't supposed to feel real, if you weren't playing the game and then getting excited when Mario gets that one-up mushroom, then what would be the point of even playing the game? You're supposed to believe that it's real to an extent. Are angels and demons real? Okay, so this is going to go back to a lot of other content. What I talk about, angels and demons are energies or energetic frequencies that everyone in the 3D Earth Matrix can tap into if they so desire. Now, the thing is that you can have a particular angel, right? You could have a demon, right? Like Medusa, or you can have an angel like Archangel Michael, let's say. And they are real as long as you believe in them personified as a person. The energies are real and they exist, but they exist within the program. But sometimes these caricatures are given as examples so that the humanoid feels like perhaps they're not alone, or perhaps they want some comfort, like, yeah, you know, Archangel Michael is holding my hand today, or, oh, Medusa gave me the inspiration to do this yesterday, right? Like, it's really designed so that the humanoid, whatever energetic frequency they're in resonance with, can just feel like someone else is there. But in essence, they don't have personalities. It's just an energy. Just like hot and cold is an energy, angel, demon, they're both energies. You can personify them if you want to, but at the core, they are simply energies. This shit is so fucking funny. This made me laugh, okay? Are you possessed? Listen, I've gotten that more times than you would even think is possible. The short answer, what motherfuckers are thinking, is no, but the metaphysical, philosophical answer is yes, everyone is possessed, because I have a humanoid vessel which I possess to guide by another force, another energetic frequency inside the matrix. It's just like if you are in possession of a video game, Super Mario Brothers, which character are you picking? Mario, Luigi? Which caricature are you taking possession of to play the game? So possessed by a demon, like the stereotypical what motherfuckers talk about, like the Exorcist type of shit, No, I'm not possessed. So the short answer is no, but the long answer is everyone is possessed. You might be possessed by something other than a demon. You're possessing the vessel to steer inside the Earth Matrix. So in essence, it's like everyone is possessed because a lot of motherfuckers think of the vessel as everything that is, right? Everything tangible with the third dimensional vessel. But the truth of the matter is that you possess a physical vehicle, just like you can possess a car, drive it around. So you possess it. It's yours. Your vessel is yours. Don't let a motherfucker tell you otherwise. So yes, you possess it. But who's the pilot? That's to be determined. Can you have consensual demonic possession? The answer is yes. And I know you want to know this. Have I participated in consensual demonic possession? Yes, I motherfucking have. Fuck yes. I have another story that I put like right when I first started my channel. It was like my demonic possession experience. Now, that first example, that was when I was first starting into spirituality, and I was kind of like, I had the door open, but I didn't really know everything that I know now, so I was still getting my feet wet, and like a baby demon, I called it, tried getting in my vessel whilst I was astral projecting. It's an interesting situation, but I was just like, no. I just said no, and the demon vacated the premises, because if you don't want that, nothing is going to possess you against your will. Okay, now can someone be tricked into a demonic possession, seduced, beguiled? Certainly, I do have other videos regarding that, but that's in terms of like, the stereotypical demon talk. You thinking is like motherfucker's head spinning around, spitting pea soup, right? That's I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like that would be, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but that seems like it would be more someone who was seduced into a demonic possession, that they might not have had any conscious sentience awareness was going on. Okay, so when that happened with me, I was aware what the fuck was going on. I was just like, motherfucker, what you doing over here? And I was like, no. And then it left. Okay, so if you ever feel like something like that is going on, all you had to do is tell it no, and it will leave. Okay, I promise you. Now, can you have a consensual demonic possession? Have I done it? Yes. I'm not going to get too in depth with this because it's a lot, but you can. This means that basically you are aware that there is another energy that's joining you. Okay, so it's like now you kind of have a pilot and like a navigator inside the vehicle of the third dimensional suit. So it would be like I'm aware that it's not just me here, but I'm also aware that that energy is a part of me, or else it wouldn't even be able to reach me, right? Because you can only commingle with things that are in your energetic vibration. With a demonic possession, as I just touched on with the caricatures of demons, if you are in resonance with a certain caricature, for example, I'm in resonance with a lot of demons because they're fucking cool as shit. I've allowed Lucifer, obviously, to also Lilith and Kali. Okay, that's my personal experiences. Now, would I want to participate in that with other caricatures? Maybe, maybe not. It depends. But those are the three that I personally have. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, it's not just me here now. You know what I'm saying? But it is me, but it isn't, because I'm sensing the other presence. I'm allowing it to navigate, but I'm still the pilot. It's just telling me things. And yes, this is different from channeling. Personally, for me, when I channel, it's just I'm picking up on the energy of the individual, but they're not in my vessel with me steering. Okay, they're not guiding me. It is consensual because I already have relations with these entities, these caricatures, so we're familiar with each other, right? So if you got your homie and you trust them, right, to play whatever music while you driving, or to navigate, look at the fucking map while you driving, it's sort of like that. Okay, like you're aware what's going on. There's nothing going on against your will if that is what you're doing. And the last thing I want to say is there's a difference in masculine possession between feminine possession. Okay, feminine possession, like with Lilith and Kali, they just kind of like showed up, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, and they made themselves known, like who it was, but they just kind of showed up. With Lucifer, the masculine, he would ask permission before, because remember, feminine energy, it seduces, it beguiles, it's not direct. Lucifer, because it's masculine, direct. May I help you pilot the Enterprise. Okay, so that was my experience. So next question. What are your thoughts about Jesus? Jesus. Despite what many motherfuckers, in pop culture might think or say or do, you can have friends with good reputations, you can have friends with bad reputations, but they're still your motherfucking friend, right? So I've channeled Jesus. He's a cool motherfucker. No issue with him. Do I believe in the Catholic religion, Christianity, which was kind of ripping off Jesus's teachings? No, I do not, but I have no issue with any of the angels or archangels or, Jesus in particular, okay? It's just, if you're cool with these motherfuckers, that doesn't mean that you can't be enemies with these motherfuckers. So for me, I remain neutral. It's just who's ever I'm in resonance with energetically in that moment, I'll channel them, I'll talk to them, I'll communicate with them, whatever it is. So no, I don't have an issue with Jesus. One might think that because I'm here talking about all of these like dark topics and taboo topics that I shun Jesus and whatever, and that's not true. You can be cool with everyone despite what you were told, okay? I was asked, am I against religions? You can get that a lot. If you're in resonance with demons, people are going to accuse you of being a Satanist and things like that, which is another question, but this is kind of like lumped together, so we'll just lump them together. No, I'm not a Satanist. I have another video explaining the difference between Lucifer and Satan and the devil. No, I'm not a Satanist. I don't practice any religion. I don't like a structure. I mean, I don't like structure in general, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like a belief system that's going to try to negate something else. So with religious things, I happen to have a bad experience, attempted to be indoctrinated into the Roman Catholic Church. That's why I talk about it. It's not because I hate religion or I hate anyone who practices Roman Catholicism. I mean, do you, right? But for me, it just was not resonating with me. Although I can maybe see in every religion that there is some things that make sense, but a lot of it doesn't. And I would not want to box myself into anything. I would not want to box myself even into Satanism. And no, I'm cool with everyone who is in resonance with me and wants to commune with me from other dimensions. You also had to keep in mind that Satanism and all of that stuff, which I'm not familiar with at all, so I don't even want to speak on it. But again, that's another belief system. So it's like a religion. And I don't believe that any one religion can take precedence over another. So I don't believe in any religion at all, not even any type of Satanism or things like that. And no, I am not a pagan either. I just do me, boo. This is really fucking funny because a lot of my latest content, I've been in communion with reptilians, you know what I'm saying? Cool motherfuckers. I was asked, aren't reptilians evil? Why do you communicate with them? They're evil and blah, blah, blah. Like, first of all, those who are saying, aren't all the reptilians evil, is in the similar bracket of making an assumption about all people who practice such and such religion are like this, or all people who were born in this area of the globe are like that. It's a generalized assumption and it's a form of prejudice. Just FYI. Are the reptilians evil? If you perceive anything to be evil, it's going to present itself as evidence of evil to you. Do I think they're evil? No, I don't, because that's not how they presented themselves to me. There's a lot of talk about the reptilians and things like that, and they have a pretty nefarious reputation, I ain't gonna lie, but does that mean they're evil? No, because evil is subjective, and my experiences with them are amazing, to be quite honest, but it's a touchy subject for individuals in the spiritual community because they have a bad reputation. Motherfuckers always blow the Pleiadians, right? Oh my god, the Pleiadians are earth angels and blah blah blah. And I've heard this literally and I've seen it, but they're also kind of in that same bracket of like reptilians, interdimensional beings. But why would someone not say, aren't the Pleiadians evil? They can be. But they typically, just like Jesus and Lucifer, Jesus has a good reputation and Lucifer has a bad reputation. Does that make one evil and one good? No, it's just the power of perception, reputation. Personally, I don't mind motherfuckers that have a bad reputation because they ain't bothering my motherfucking ass. They ain't bothering me. I ain't bothering them. And if they're cool with me, these interdimensional beings, and they're not bothering me, they're actually helping me. Gracias. Why would I perceive them as evil? But you have to keep in mind, if you perceive perceive any group, let's say now you take Arcturians, for example, or you take Syrians or Lyrans. I have another video about all these starseed groups, how they are energetic collectives that everyone can tap into, but these motherfuckers don't have a nefarious reputation. It's the reptilians that do. So you gotta really think about it. I'm not gonna get too much into that because that wasn't the question, but yes, the reptilians, from what I've channeled, from what they've shown me, from just what I see, they did have a large hand in the design structure of the 3D Earth Matrix, and they have a bad reputation. Why do you think? It's a question for you to ask yourself if you so desire, but no, they are not evil because I'm not perceiving them that way, so they're not going to present themselves to me as evil. But if someone has a little bit of a nefarious reputation, other motherfuckers might be sketched out by them, not because they had their personal experience with a reptilian or an Arcturian or a Pleiadian or whatever, just because it's a collective program to say that the reptilians are evil. But in my experience, no, they are not. So how do you perceive the reptilians? That's something you should ask yourself. The last question of this video is basically generalized. Why should anyone trust what I'm saying over what anyone else is saying? You shouldn't. You shouldn't trust anyone but yourself. Now, I sit over here and I film my videos because I know it's gonna resonate at least with one motherfucker. If one of my videos reaches one motherfucker and boom, it clicks something, that's what the fuck I'm here for, okay? I channel all day long. I channel so much shit. I have so much communication with a whole bunch of different motherfuckers, okay? Maybe talking about 25% of things that I channel on my channel. You shouldn't trust me. You shouldn't. What I always say, let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no motherfucking agent, as my boy Willie S says. Ideally, what you want to do is see what information resonates with you. If something clicks, and you'll know if something clicks, okay? I'm not gonna know if something clicks for you. I'm gonna know if something clicks for me. So if something is clicking for you and you're like, you know what? Let me do my own research on this topic. Let me conduct my own experiments. Let me observe myself. Let me observe those around me. Do your own research. Use your own intuition, okay? That is all my videos are intended for, is for something to click that you resonate with. Maybe not the entire sermon that I want about, but if it's one thing that clicks with you and that's the only thing you got out of that video, then please, I implore you, conduct your own research. Don't take my word for it. I'm not saying not to trust me, but I'm not saying trust me. I'm saying trust yourself. If something is in resonance with you, you're gonna motherfucking know it. If I'm reading an article and I read like a 10-page article, but it's one paragraph that it clicks something in me, and then I do research onto a topic that was just mentioned in that paragraph, that doesn't mean I resonate with the article or that I trust the whole article. It was something that clicked in that one paragraph that led me to explore more deeply into myself and into, things that go on in the 3D Earth Matrix, if it's current events or if it has to do with spirituality or whatever the topic is, right? So use your own discretion. I would suggest not to trust anyone, me included, that you see that you don't know personally. Now, you can trust if you want, but don't take anyone's anything as gospel, because that would dismantle a part of your individuality. So what I did, I was looking at spiritual videos, but a lot of it was not, I was like, I don't really resonate with this. And there's a lot of shit out there that, in my opinion, is just recycled shit. And it's just another program that's out there. So the way that I look at things is not very common, I wouldn't think, because I like to explore for myself and I like to conduct my own research. So if anything, the intention of my channel is to just have you, the viewer, conduct your own research, formulate your own conclusions, because that's the only truth that you should trust. Something that strikes a chord within you. And it might not resonate with any motherfucker else, but if it's for you, you'll fucking know it. So that's what I have for you today in regards to these questions. I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. We will chit chat again soon.